The sports world is in shock. Angel Reese, one of the most talked about stars in women's basketball, has just been publicly shamed on national media. And the source? None other than Ice Cube's Big Three League. In a jaw-dropping interview that's now going viral, a Big Three executive boldly declared that while Caitlin Clark could generate millions of dollars, Angel Reese simply wasn't worth the same offer. The moment the words were spoken, fans erupted. Social media exploded with accusations of disrespect, racism, and blatant favoritism. How did we get here? Just months ago, Angel Reese was gracing magazine covers, headlining campaigns, and drawing massive crowds with her charisma and confidence. But now, she's being sidelined and dismissed like she never mattered. No calls, no offers, just a cold, public takedown coat on camera for the whole world to see. Insiders are leaking that Angel Reese is furious behind the scenes. One close source says she's considering a major move in response to this humiliation, maybe even calling out the league directly. Shaquille O'Neal and WNBA legends have already weighed in. Is this the beginning of a war between Angel Reese and Ice Cube's empire? Or something even bigger? This controversy is just getting started. Angel Reese has never been a stranger to the spotlight. Ever since her breakout moment at LSU, she's been one of the most recognizable faces in women's basketball. Her swagger, dominance on the court, and unapologetic attitude made her a viral sensation and a brand magnet. From Reebok endorsements to viral interviews, Reese became a household name almost overnight. But as her fame grew, so did the criticism. And now, it seems the backlash has reached a new level. Enter Ice Cube and the Big Three League, known for blending basketball with entertainment. The Big Three has been expanding its reach, even attempting to bring in WNBA stars like Caitlin Clark to boost ratings and visibility. A few months ago, Ice Cube made headlines for offering Caitlin Clark a $5 million contract to join the league, a historic offer that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. It sparked debate, celebration, and some quiet resentment. But while Caitlin Clark was being celebrated, Angel Reese's name wasn't even mentioned in the conversation. No offers, no meetings, no public praise. Fans started asking, why not Angel? Why was one player being elevated while the other was seemingly ignored? And then came the interview that changed everything. During a recent media appearance, a Big Three League executive was asked point blank, would they consider making a similar offer to Angel Reese? His response was brutal. They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese, he said, referring to sponsors. So I don't know if we can make that same offer. It won't have the same impact. The message was clear. Angel Reese wasn't valuable enough in their eyes, not marketable enough, not bankable enough. The internet lit up instantly. Clips of the interview went viral, with users accusing the league of being disrespectful, tone-deaf, and flat-out wrong. Angels fans were livid. Many pointed out that Reese had helped redefine college basketball viewership, had the highest NIL valuation during her time at LSU, and consistently drew attention wherever she played. She wasn't just a player, she was a movement. So why was she being dismissed like an afterthought? Some believe this is part of a bigger pattern, a system that uplifts certain athletes while keeping others in the shadows. Reese, known for her confidence and outspokenness, has often found herself on the receiving end of double standards. And now, it seems those same biases have followed her to the professional level. Meanwhile, Angel has remained silent, at least for now, but sources close to her say she's furious behind closed doors. One insider revealed that Reese feels blindsided and publicly disrespected, and she's already discussing her next move. Whether that means calling out the league publicly, signing with a rival platform, or even walking away entirely. No one knows for sure. But one thing's certain, this drama is just heating up, and Angel Reese isn't the type to stay silent for long. The backlash hit fast. But what no one expected was how deep the disrespect went behind the scenes. Just hours after the Big Three executives' brutal comments about Angel Reese being not worth it, anonymous leaks began surfacing online, according to insiders close to the Big Three front office. Angel's name wasn't just ignored, she was actively dismissed in private meetings. One source revealed that during initial discussions about recruiting WNBA players, a marketing rep brought up Angel's name as a potential face of the women's expansion. The response: laughter, disbelief. One executive reportedly scoffed and said, "She's too controversial. Brands don't want her. She brings drama, not dollars." That hit a nerve. For a player who's built her entire reputation on passion, hustle, and unapologetic authenticity, being reduced to drama was an insult Angel couldn't ignore. The disrespect wasn't just public, it was institutional, and as word of the internal conversations leaked, Angel Reese's team began preparing a response. But the biggest twist came just days later, when a former Big Three consultant went rogue on social media. In a now viral thread, they revealed that Angel was originally included in a short list of female athletes for endorsement discussions, but her name was removed after pressure from two major sponsors who allegedly feared brand risks. Due to her outspoken persona and unapologetic attitude, the consultant claimed, "They're scared of a confident black woman who speaks her mind. That's the truth." That statement tore through Twitter like wildfire. Within minutes, the narrative shifted from Angel wasn't worth it to Angel was silenced before she even had a chance. Now the conversation was no longer just about Angel Reese, it was about what she represents. A loud, confident, young black woman who refuses to shrink herself to fit into someone else's marketable mold. The very things that made her beloved by millions were now being weaponized against her. And then came the cryptic Instagram post. Angel Reese finally broke her silence with a single photo of herself sitting courtside, staring into the camera. No caption, just the look of someone who's done staying quiet. Fans flooded the comments, demanding answers, tagging Ice Cube, calling out the Big Three, and even threatening boycotts. One fan wrote, "Y'all disrespected the wrong woman. She's about to show the world why she's that girl." As the backlash built and narratives collided, Ice Cube's team stayed quiet. But for Angel Reese, this wasn't just about being excluded, it was about being erased. She had been watching, listening, waiting, and now, insiders say, she's ready to fight back. And just when people thought the controversy had reached its peak, another shocking twist was about to drop, one that would blow this feud wide open and put Ice Cube's entire league under the microscope, because Angel Reese wasn't done, not even close. The internet was on fire, but behind the scenes, Angel Reese was already plotting her next move. According to a close source from her camp, she wasn't just angry, she was strategic. This wasn't the first time someone had tried to shut her out, but it might be the last, because now, Angel wasn't just planning to speak out, she was preparing to expose everything. Just 3 days after the Ice Cube League controversy exploded online, a bombshell leak hit Twitter via a burner account reportedly connected to a former PR contractor who had worked with the Big Three. What this anonymous user posted shook the foundation of the story. A private email chain. Subject line, Angel Reese risk assessment. The thread included internal correspondence where executives debated bringing Angel on board, but cited a high volatility score, and flagged her for being a divisive figure due to her social media presence, ongoing WNBA conflicts, and high-risk brand alignment. The most damning line. Do not proceed unless absolutely necessary. Priority, avoid backlash while maintaining diversity optics. That email set the internet ablaze. Fans, activists, and even fellow athletes couldn't believe what they were reading. This wasn't just a rejection, it was a calculated erasure. Angel wasn't passed over, she was deliberately excluded based on stereotypes and fear. And just when things couldn't get worse, Angel's agent went live on a sports podcast and confirmed the documents were real. According to her, they had received the emails weeks earlier, through a whistleblower, but had chosen to stay silent. But now that the disrespect is public, we're not holding back anymore, she said. This is bigger than Angel, it's about how black women are constantly labeled as risky, just for existing boldly. Meanwhile, Ice Cube, silent for days, finally issued a short, vague tweet. We support women athletes. Big Three will always be a platform for those who want to compete. No mention of Angel. No apology. No clarity. That move backfired instantly. Fans started dragging Cube online, accusing him of hiding behind PR talk while his league operated with coded bias. Even celebrities started chiming in. Cardi B reposted the leaked email with the caption, "This why we create our own spaces." They scared of a queen who speaks her mind. But the most surprising reaction, a rival League One quietly developing its own women's division publicly reached out to Angel. They tweeted, "We don't fear boldness, we embrace it. Our doors are open, Angel." Suddenly, the narrative flipped again. Angel Reese was no longer just a victim of league politics. She was now a symbol of resistance, a potential movement. And insiders say she's considering going independent, launching her own media platform to tell the real stories of women athletes. silenced by the system. The disrespect may have started with one comment, but the war that followed, it just became something way bigger, and the next twist would silence the entire sports world. Because someone unexpected was about to jump into the fire and they were coming for Ice Cube directly. The backlash came fast and it came furious. As soon as the leaked email went viral and Angel Reese's team confirmed its authenticity, the public didn't just react. They erupted. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag justice for Angel, hashtag black women deserve better, and hashtag boycott Big Three were trending across X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Major sports influencers, WNBA players, and even cultural commentators jumped into the fire. Caitlin Clark's former teammate Sydney Parrish posted, "Disagree with Angel all you want, but don't pretend she isn't box office." This was pure disrespect. WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops chimed in with a blunt message. Angel Reese has done more for visibility in women's hoops than half the execs hiding behind those emails. Shameful. Meanwhile, Ice Cube's own fanbase fractured overnight. Some loyal followers tried to defend him, saying the Big Three had every right to make business decisions, but they were quickly overwhelmed by people pointing out the hypocrisy. One viral comment read, "Ice Cube built his career on calling out injustice. Now he's silent while his league profiles a young black woman." Then came the media firestorm. ESPN ran a full segment titled "Does the Big Three Have a Problem with Outspoken Women?" Meanwhile, sports podcasters across YouTube and Spotify went in hard. One clip of a commentator saying Ice Cube just burned his legacy to the ground gained over 3 million views in a day. Even NBA players joined in. Draymond Green, never one to stay quiet, posted, "You scared of Angel Reese? That's wild. She's everything the game needs right now." And then out of nowhere, LeBron James liked the leaked email tweet and followed Angel Reese on Instagram. That single move sent shockwaves. Speculation exploded. Was LeBron preparing to bring her into one of his media ventures? Was he going to speak on it? Suddenly, this wasn't just a women's basketball issue. It was a full-on cultural moment. Angel, for her part, played it perfectly. She posted a single photo of herself in all black, with the caption, "Say less. I move different." Now, it got over 800,000 likes and a flood of support, but just as the movement was gaining unstoppable momentum, something even more explosive happened. Someone from inside the Big Three broke their NDA and leaked audio that would flip the entire narrative on its head. The recording didn't just expose bias, it exposed a name. And that name, it wasn't who anyone expected. The leaked audio hit like a nuclear bomb in the grainy, whispered recording. A high-level executive from the Big Three could be heard laughing about the decision to block Angel Reese's deal. But it wasn't just the tone, it was what was said. One voice, clearly identified as a senior league official, said, "You really think we're giving that kind of money to a TikTok star with lashes longer than her resume? Ice would never go for that. She's not Clark. She's not even close." The voice paused, chuckled again, and then added, "Let her cry to Shaq. Let her run to LeBron. We don't care. We want real hoopers, not drama queens." The backlash, already at a boiling point, now threatened to boil over. What was previously dismissed by the league as a business decision was now exposed as something personal, targeted, calculated, and undeniably ugly. But the real twist came at the end of the recording. The exec name dropped someone close to Ice Cube, someone people respected. "Don't worry." Even Cube's son said, "She's bad for the brand." That's right, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's own son, allegedly advised against bringing Angel Reese on board. And once that clip started spreading, the conversation turned from outrage to betrayal. Rumors exploded across the internet. Had Ice Cube been pressured by his own inner circle to blackball Angel? Was this a generational divide between the old Big Three founders and the new wave of athletes changing the culture? Insiders claimed Angel was blindsided by the personal digs and quietly devastated that a league she admired was this far behind. Others say she's already preparing to drop a bomb of her own, a tell-all podcast or sit-down interview that could put the Big Three on permanent damage control. And then came the cryptic tweet from Reese herself. "Y'all sure y'all ready for me to really talk?" 4 hours later, she deleted it. What is she holding back? Who else was involved? And most importantly, has the fire angel started already spread too far to contain? Because if this next chapter drops, no one in the Big Three is safe. This story is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. Angel Reese went from being the WNBA's most polarizing rising star to the center of a national controversy, and all it took was one backroom decision, a leaked recording, and the wrong people saying the quiet part out loud. The big three thought they could play puppet master behind the scenes, laugh off the outrage, and treat Angel like she was disposable. But what they didn't realize is that this generation doesn't stay quiet. And Angel Reese, she doesn't back down. Not to coaches, not to fans, and definitely not to executives who think they can define her worth behind closed doors. Now, the spotlight has flipped. The big three is under fire. Ice Cube is facing heat from every angle. And O'Shea Jackson Jr. might have just made one of the biggest miscalculations in the league's short history. So what happens next? Will Angel go public and expose everything? Will major sponsors pull out? Will other WNBA stars rally behind her, or will they stay silent to protect their own brands? And what happens if Ice Cube doesn't address it soon? Will the big three survive the backlash? Or has Angel Reese just become bigger than the league itself? We'll be tracking every twist, every leak, and every clapback. So if you want to stay one step ahead of this firestorm, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you don't miss what Angel Reese does next. Because one thing is clear. She's not done talking. And when she finally does, it's going to be explosive.